So, did you have any initial concerns when you first started your Rhythm Time franchise? And if you did, how do you think they were overcome?
For me, it was about the money side. It was, am I going to build up the business quick enough and earn enough money to keep the family afloat, basically? That was the main thing for me.
I think mine was more about time. So it was how much time was it all going to take and would it fit in with family life. So that was probably overcome by spending a lot of time with the franchisee I bought from.
So you bought from an existing franchise?
I did.
Yes. And how long ago was that? How long have you been doing it?
6 months.
Yeah. And yourself?
I started from scratch, so I knew there was going to be a lot of work involved, setting up classes and just kind of making the name well known in the area and things like that, really. So.
And what did you think about the Rhythm Time concept? Had you heard of it before, or was it a new thing to yourself?
I'd always been, so I went with my son right from baby all the way through. He's now 9, and then I'm going with my daughter still, who's just 4. So they've both been all the way through the process.
I went with my. I've got a daughter who's 5 and a son who's nearly 2, and I didn't go with. I wasn't aware of it when I had my daughter. Otherwise, I would have been there. But then somebody recommended it when my son was about 3 months, so I started going there. Fell in love with it instantly, and by the second term, bought the franchise. And he's still going. So I take him to my neighbouring franchisees' classes.
And what did you fall in love with? Do you think it's the concept itself? I mean, how do you think that?
For me, I suppose the way I've always described it is knowing a bit about early years and development and things, and knowing a bit about music. I could see what it was doing. I could see what it was trying to do, and the quality just hit me like a brick wall as soon as I walked in, and there was a teacher and an assistant, and it was organised, and things behind you, and the quality just stood out from other classes. It was just a no-brainer, as soon as I walked in.
And have you found that from the lesson plans that you'll give them?
Yeah, I think it was different for me, really, because I went as a mum and just thought it was really good fun, and I had no idea how much development and education was built in, so that's been a revelation for me. But I think that's a really good thing, that mums don't necessarily realise that that's going on. It's good that they know, and I always tell them that when they call, but it's very subtle. It's just a really good fun class, and you can tell it's quality, and you can tell you're not doing the same thing over and over again, endlessly. I knew from probably the first 2 classes that I would love to be a part of it, right from the off.
And how much support do you get from head office?
Massive.
Yeah, huge.
Massive amount of support.
Can spend hours on the phone each week.
Even if it's a daft question, and my conversations normally start with, this is a daft question, but... and they're always there. I mean, even if you've had a bad day and you need to talk to somebody, then they're there for you.
And even though they might be busy, like sometimes I'll ring and I know that Isabel's busy, but she's still, no, tell me, talk, what do you need? And I'm like, but she sets aside that time, and you know that there's always that support, so it's good.
And what about the admin system?
It's great.
It's brilliant.
You can tell. I mean, it's just been designed for that purpose, so it does everything you need it to do.
I think it's incredibly intuitive. So I don't think I've ever sat and read a user manual.
No,
I've just sat in front of it, and you kind of know if you right click, you're going to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes there are a quicker way of doing things which you get to learn as you're going along, but initially you can just do it all yourself. You can figure out where you're going, you can manipulate data to what you want to see. You can put things in Excel, which is what I like doing, and playing around with figures and numbers and things, but I don't think you can fault it, really.
No, and then if there is a quicker way of doing something, you just ring the office and you find out immediately, and oh no, don't look like this, you can do this and do that.
So you're quick fast.
Yeah, but it's not like you were doing it, but it's
I mean, I've used lots of similar systems before in my last job, endless amount of systems, and I can honestly say that they cost millions and millions and millions of pounds, and this one is the best one that I've ever used.
So fit
really.
for purpose.
Absolutely.
That's the key, isn't it? It's fit for purpose.
Brilliant. And how do you think rhythm time fits around your own family commitments?
I think it does. It's more than I thought it would be initially. And I think that's because it was all very new. So as I'm getting quicker as I get more experienced with things, but I did buy a very big franchise, so there is a lot of work involved. But I do take my children to school every day, and I pick them up every day, and I work when they go to bed, which works well for me.
Same here, really. I mean, I always expected it to be a lot of work because I knew I needed to build the business up quickly to get to a reasonable level quickly. So I was always expecting to work really hard. But I suppose my problem is switching off because I do think about it pretty much all the time, and the phone is always just there beeping at me. And I suppose a lot of it is about, the technology is just right in front of you, isn't it? And your emails are popping up on your phone.
Because years ago there'd be no email, Facebook, no texting, so I think you are on all the time. But I think some of that, and maybe because we're so new, some of that is us learning to switch off.
Exactly. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
But I also have this inbuilt kind of thing that if somebody has contacted you for a free trial or an inquiry, they're probably on their computer and they've got 5 minutes and they've gone, right, oh, that looks good and that looks good, and I'll send an inquiry to them and them and them, and if you're the first one to get back, they'll come to you. And that is always, people are always really impressed when you get back really quickly, so I try and do it all the time, and sometimes
But that's also probably because you're passionate. It's your own business and you want to make it a success.
And that is the thing for me. I absolutely love doing what I do. I love teaching. I love the admin side. As crazy as that sounds, I love that. I love the marketing. I love every bit of it. And I don't know whether it's the novelty.
I think it's easier when you love the product.
The
classes and the plans and the product that you deliver,
and you believe it.
Is second to none. So it's not difficult to sell it. Because you really believe in it. So you talk to mums on the phone, you go, oh, it's really good because we do this and we do that, and I think they can hear it in your voice.
People believe you because they can hear it. It is your passion,
And you mentioned the marketing. There's a marketing portal, isn't there?
You can basically get whatever you want from there.
So you log on to the portal and there's a choice of postcards or leaflets or posters, anything that you could ever need, and you can design them to a certain extent yourself. So you can put this picture with this logo or this logo or that phone number, and you just order them and pay for them and they get delivered.
Pretty much next day.
And they're really lovely quality. You can order a few or you can order a lot, and it's really versatile.
So would you do it all again?
Definitely. This is the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, definitely.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.